So before we continue with the test, we have to make sure that our database is going to be there. And right now I have Postgres here, and I have the database for my main project. But for the test, this database is created by like the normal .NET EF tools command. But for the test case, you don't have that, and you want to automate that. So in your test base, in the test base, we need to do some changes. First of all, we are going to create a new method, private void, like I think I accidentally ran it, shouldn't have run it. Private void, like my create database, and we are going to call it here. And it's going to be the same, so you need the DB context, and then you say a DB context that run with DB context. You don't need to return anything, you don't need the second one then. And then, so here you have to check if the database is already there. How would you do that? Is that context database that it has the can connect method, and then you do this with it. If it can connect, it means the database is already there, but if it cannot connect, it means that you need to update your database and you need to definitely run the migration. So database dot migrate, and then here you can also simply say, okay, just run the migration always, doesn't matter. But it means that even when your database doesn't have any updates, you want to run it. But I would say that because you can check that, you can say if there is a newer migration than the one that which is already applied, then run the migration. So it's like context the database that if get applied migrations, these are the migrations which are applied, and I say if the applied migrations on the database are smaller than the number of the whole migrations, of course. And then you say, okay, now context database dot migrate. So here we shouldn't have a problem now with the database, and this is gonna run every time. So even right now, if I run the test again, the test base will run, this method will be called, and if there is no error, our database should be there. So it went through it. So if I check here, close this, our database is there, and now we can start testing.